This video will highlight how to use Canvas for Turnitin.com submissions. You're in your course, and you're under Assignments, and you click on Add Assignment like you usually would. You want to go ahead and give your assignment a title. So perhaps my students are submitting a paper in which they had to use a little bit of research for the historical context of To Kill a Mockingbird. You can put further directions in here about the assignment specifics. You can assign it point value, so I'm going to make mine 50 points. You can change the groups, and then instead of online, you're going to do external tool. You're going to go find the Turnitin.com feature. And there it is. And you're going to select it. And then you're going to click this new box, which will have it pop up in a new tab so it doesn't take the kids away from like your Canvas course. It'll just open the assignment in a new tab. Do you want to assign it to everybody in the section? The due date, I'm going to make it due, let's make it due on the 1st. And then you can go ahead and limit these fields here if you'd like to make it very specific, but be aware that if you do limit things here, then that will be the default start and end date on your Turnitin.com as well. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. If you're good to go, you could go ahead and hit save and publish, but right now I'm not quite there yet. So then you'll get this window. So I'm going to open it up in a new window. And this is very similar to what the students are going to see the first time as well. As the teacher, you have the option to go and do your settings, which you have to do the first time. So you'll see some settings have been disabled and can only be changed in the learning management system, which is Canvas. So the due date, okay, you can't click it here because it was in Canvas. If you want to change your start date, you can. You can see that it defaulted, today's the 30th, and it defaults to the day before you create the assignment. And then the feedback release date, most people want to give feedback right away. So if you were a teacher and you were putting comments on your kids' paper, they would start to see them as soon as you start putting them on there. So you could change this if you want to release them. If you've got 25 kids in the class, you could change this to another day so all the kids get their feedback at the same time. That's up to you. Allow submission file type. It really allows almost every type of submission. So you can, 99% of the time, you could probably leave that on no because it does cover a wide variety of submission types, including PDF, Word, things like that. Allow late submissions. I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. They will come up in red. I never really change any of these things. These are the sources that you want the reports to be compared to. Generate reports immediately. Submissions not allowed again. So if you do this option, the kids are not allowed to resubmit and they will get their originality report right away. If you do the immediately and submissions are allowed until due date, this alleviates the problem of kids submitted their wrong paper to the wrong spot and then you have to go in and delete it. So it's really up to your discretion with the students. For right now, I'm going to leave it on not allowed. And then most of these things I go ahead and leave as default. Do you want to exclude small matches, similarity index? The one that you want to change is this one. I do want my kids to see their originality report. So I do want them to see, oh, you have a quote here, but you don't have a citation, so you should go back and edit that for the final copy of your paper. The other things you can go ahead and mostly leave as default. If you want them to peer review on there with questions that you've assigned, you would change this one to yes, and it would turn into a peer review. And then if you have a rubric, you can go ahead and attach it. I don't have a rubric, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit submit. If you know that you're going to be doing the same settings for every assignment, you can click yes here. I'm not quite sure right now, so I'm going to hit no. And the settings were saved successfully. So as your kids start to turn in this a paper, their submissions are going to filter here below, and you could click into every one. You could see their originality score and everything like that. So as soon as students start to submit, your setting here will look very different.